Greetings! Hello! Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to the stream! It's another writing stream! I'm so excited for another writing stream. I had so much fun on the last one. I'm very, very excited to have another one. Hello! Welcome! Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you are all well. It's good to see so many people in chat. Hello, Bonsai Gem. Hello, Tang Whistle. Hello, Erasmus. It's so good to have you all here. I hope that it is a chill evening for you. It's not often I can make it to a stream, so this is a lovely treat. It is a lovely treat to have you here. I've been really looking forward to this. I was kind of Squealy Todd is also here. Oh man, everyone is here. It's so good to see everybody. So good to see everyone. Oh, I hope everyone is doing okay. I hope everyone is doing well. I think I'm on the cusp of getting a cold, so I apologize if I'm a bit sniffly today. But yeah, I mean, I've got some time off, so naturally my body's like, oh, you're actually slowing down. Oh, we can be ill now. Cat Fireblade is here. Hello. E Gabriel S is also here. Oh, so good to see so many people here for another writing stream. Unfortunately, I'm not well, but a stream is welcome, and I'm getting slowly better, so it is all good. I'm sorry to hear that you are feeling sick, Bonsai Jam. I hope you recover soon. I hope that we can at least provide some good vibes. Some good vibes for you. So I have an idea for this one. I have an idea for today's one. So I really enjoyed writing and making How to Swim, but I feel like it was kind of there's a thing that's kind of been floating around my my kind of brain the past couple week or so. So my partner's currently on a program to make a documentary. So basically she pitched to make a documentary and she got it. So now she's making this documentary that's really, really interesting. But one of the things that one of the bits of feedback that they got was that that she's not challenging herself enough, because she's also the subject of the documentary. And the feedback came back was that she's not challenging herself enough. And one of the things they asked her was, is anyone going to be surprised by, you know, when people see that you've made this, is anyone going to be surprised? And initially my partner was like, well no, not really. To which they went, well, you know, what does, how much of this is going to be worth it then? And that's been kind of, I understand the part. I think it's a bit harsh, first of all, but it does make a point. I think, and I think last week, as much as I really enjoyed making How to Swim, I do feel it was kind of not necessarily like the things the stuff I always make, but like, you know, the sort of broody existential monologue. I feel like we do that quite a lot around here. That sounds like a cool documentary. It is going to be a very cool project. I'm also doing the music for it, so it's more work for Dev as well. It's a film about dance, which is exciting. But right, let's pop onto the proper screen. So we're making writing another audio drama based on a book cover, and we talked a little bit about this one last week. And initially I was like, I'm not gonna write a piece inspired by this because it's too silly. But then I went away and I actually thought about it, and I went, and I think I actually have an idea. So today we're gonna, well, first of all, we're gonna look through these covers and sort of pick out some ones that we also really like. Feet, yeah, no, you've already got it. It's The Feet. We're gonna be writing a monologue inspired by this cover. It's called The Feet. That's gonna be our task tonight. So just turning the music up a bit so I can hear it. Yeah, so basically, I went to bed after the stream on Wednesday, after like finishing How to Swim and being like, oh, this is great, I just really like it. And I was looking at the covers and I'm like, these are some really good ones. And I sort of looked at The Feet and I thought, okay, well, if I looked at The Feet, I sort of thought, well, if I was going to turn this into a monologue, what would that be like? And then, wouldn't you know it, an idea decided to lodge itself in there, and now I really want to write it. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Thoughtful monologues and beautiful music is signature Dev TM. I think so, but yeah. So I wanted to write something a bit more lighthearted. Also, I've been playing around with some slightly more kind of comedy ideas, so I want to kind of get back into that. I feel like we could also. I keep reading this as the cursed, but it's the curious, which is quite nice. There, these are some beautiful covers. I can't wait to make more with them. I'm really fascinated by it. I'm just like, oh, there's something in here, I think, but that just might be my inner kind of. There's a Ted Chiang short story about maths, and I've kind of been a science fiction story about maths, and I'm like, ooh, I'd love to do something like that at some point. I actually looked up this book of images. It's very weird. Rachology is here. Good to see you, Rachology. We're just going through our book covers. We're gonna be writing a monologue called The Feet. So strap in. So I have an idea from Earth to the Moon. I have an idea. I had another idea for another one of them. Where's it gone? I would really love to see the madness that is Mr. Sweet Potatoes. I genuinely don't want to touch that. That's like, I haven't quite got to the point where I'm okay looking at that. So just gonna leave that there. I really love this Unlock the Planets. That's real fun. See, a lot of them have really nice titles, like Practical Lessons in Hypnotism and Practical Taxidermy, but I don't really have any ideas based on the, I mean, other than lightning hands over here, which I think is quite fun. I'm fascinated by this, The Visible to Be, a story of reading. I think there's a really cool story in there. And also, I just love this design. I haven't quite figured it out, but I mean, like if it's anything like The Feet, I'll probably think about it and then go, right, let's actually. My brain will go, oh, you just needed time to incubate. There it is. And also, I should say, like, if you find a book cover that you think is interesting and/or funny, please do send it in, send it over, send it to me on Tumblr or Twitter, and I'll most likely use it. Okay, so this, hello, Rooney Runes is here. You came in on the exact perfect time. It is indeed time for feet. It is time for the feet. That is our quest today. So can I drag this out as a new window? I'm gonna have to do this. Nope, wrong one. Okay, that's fine. Pop that down there, and then I will. This is twice in a row I've thought I'm bored and so should probably do some writing and then set everything up and check Twitch for company when you're doing a writing stream. I mean, like, I do know that like a lot of people have the streams on while they're working, and I really love that. I think that's great. I think that's kind of an ideal, especially for something like this. So we can solidarity, writing solidarity, we'll call it. And if you are also working while watching the stream, please do let me know. I'd love to know what you're working on. Oh no, I didn't mean to zoom in. Right, okay, there we go. So that's April 5th. Is that gonna? Also at work. Glad to hear it. Very, very glad to hear it. Can I put in a page break? How do I do that again? There was a. Nope. No, that's not working. Okay. It is the 10th of April today. So call that the feet. The stream is good company and gentle vibes. Good, yes, I hope so. Like, I really like that we're able to have a chill time here. And it's a chill time for me as well. Like whenever I'm doing these streams, or specifically when I'm doing audio drama streams, and I've either not had like a particularly good day or it's been a particularly busy day. I'll say to people, oh man, I'm really busy, I've had a lot going on, I'm quite tired. And they'll be like, but you're still streaming. And I'll be like, well yeah, like streaming helps. Streaming makes me feel better. Streaming is relaxing. So yeah, this is a fun time for me as well. I cannot figure out what I want to look like today, apparently. Ugh. If you're wondering what kind of day I've had, it's been a lot of this. Okay, that's better. Okay, so what we're going to be writing today is I want to write something that's like a kind of a horror comedy, or I guess you could call it like a dark comedy to a certain extent as well. The general gist is that you have somebody who is in a flat and they start hearing footsteps on in the flat above them. And that gradually gets more and more and more and more and more. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, dear listener, dear reader. They live on the top floor, and there's an attic space up there. So there is something spooky up in the attic story. That's as far as I've got. I don't know where this ends. So we'll see where I go flat-footed. I think we could probably put a reference to that in there. I just finished reading one book about the sea and just started another one, so I'm ready for even more wet feet. I don't know if the feet will be wet. I mean, I'm pretty sure that could be. I'm not, but maybe something to discuss later. Gasp. I feel like that was a sarcastic gasp, but that's honestly fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I had a first line. I scribbled it down. By the way, if you're interested in how my time off is going, I've gotten really into Sudoku. It took me 3 days, and I'm like intensely into Sudoku puzzles now. Like I haven't quite eclipsed the sitting still makes me anxious stage of having time off, but I'm getting through it with Sudoku puzzles. But it wasn't sarcastic. I love that concept. I'm glad to hear it. I love this concept already. Good. I'm glad I've got everyone on side straight away. Hopefully I can keep everybody on side. Okay. What was the line? I had only been in the flat a few weeks when I first heard the feet. Yes, I will be capitalizing it each time. The Girl Who Broke the Sea was the one I just finished. Imagine a YA version of the movie The Abyss with a teenage heroine with anger issues. Was good, can recommend. I've just started The Lies We Sing to the Sea, a semi-sequel to The Odyssey. So far is good and very bisexual. A semi-sequel. You see, because I really like that. I like The Odyssey, and I like the Odyssey, and I like the Iliad purely because I have a lot of fun just making jokes out of all the characters, because to me it's just really funny. You've got my sort of head, I don't know if you'd even call it a headcanon, but it's I just like this idea that Odysseus never knows where he is, and Achilles is like the ultimate bottom. There's lots of little things like that. But a semi-sequel to the Odyssey, that sounds like fun. I used to get through night shift working security with Sudoku. I have an app I love to use. Yeah, I'm currently playing it on my DS. I found when I definitely didn't hack my 3DS. I got the ROMs for the brain training games that you used to get, because I really enjoy them. I really get a kick out of them. And one of the things they have is a Sudoku program as part of it, and I've been enjoying that. Because my brain went, okay, I've been spending a lot of time on my phone, I've been spending a lot of time playing video games, I should do something that's not those things. And my brain went to play Sudoku inside a video game, and I'm like, that's not quite what I meant, but okay. Well, that means it'll do for now. Okay. I'd only been in the flat a few weeks when I first heard the feet. It was nighttime, and I just returned home from work. See, and I said I just got home from work, which is still fine, but my English teacher instilled a sort of, I don't know if you can call it what you call it, but basically just that there is always a better word to use than get or got, which, like, the more I learn about writing, the more I'm like, yeah, I think maybe it's an age thing as well. I know I get it. I think it's an inelegant word, let's say. Bring my microphone a bit closer. There we go. Poppy isn't joining us, by the way. The sun has been out today, and basically our bedroom window, I say our bedroom window as in like mine and my partner's, not mine and Poppy's. That sounded really weird. But basically around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun comes directly in the window, and the bed gets very, very warm. So that's Poppy's been stretched out there all afternoon and has not moved except to get food. So she might join us later, but for the time being, she's fast asleep and very warm, like a lightly baked cat, I think. It was nighttime, and I had just returned home from work. I dropped my bag and jacket on the floor. Right, so a big thing we need to figure out is why feet. We need to figure out what the not necessarily what the turn is, but what the I guess what the point is, you know. Whether what anxiety does what do the feet represent? Why not feet? I mean, that's very true. That's also true. Just the idea of the character at the end just goes why, and then this room full of feet just turns and goes, why not? And then it's credits roll. In the hall. I didn't even turn the light on. We could, right, okay, so a first idea, right? I'm going to draw on my own personal experience a little bit, which is something no writer has ever done before now. I think we could do this thing, because so this person works at nighttime. We could draw. Basically, I'm kind of drawing from when I used to live on my own. And I was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar, and I wouldn't be getting back till 2-3 o'clock in the morning, if not later. You know, you'd get home, you'd fall asleep, and or you'd get into bed, and then you'd just be replaying this. Your brain would still be at work. So, yeah, your brain would still be at work. So maybe it's something about that. Maybe it's taking that feeling and making it slightly more literal. Paranoia. I mean, obviously, I've been on the top floor, brackets, no attic, close brackets, and heard something that sounded like footsteps above me. It gives one a turn. Well, so when myself, Katrina Allen, and my partner were in LA, basically, as soon as we got there, we had a horrible accommodation experience. Essentially, we had the the accommodation that we had booked was not as advertised, and it was actually quite dangerous, and we had to leave in a hurry and quickly find somewhere else to stay, which luckily we did. And we got to the new place, and it was quite late on in the day by this point, but like because we were so like strung out from having such a stressful, awful day, that was genuinely quite frightening. Basically, we were all kind of like, we were just sort of trying to get to sleep, and we heard these footsteps on the roof. It was like a corrugated iron roof, so it was really loud. And for some reason, we all just thought, "Oh my god, there's rats in the house! Oh my god!" Genuinely quite just like freaking out, quite scared. And then like the next day, we contacted the host, because it was an Airbnb, the host about it, and they were like, "Yeah, it's just cats. Like, there's cats in the neighborhood. They walk on the roof of the. What's wrong with you?" So like, just I cannot stress enough just how like we were that whole day, because it was not a good day. It was a really good trip, but that part of it was quite scary. But yeah, it was a pretty unpleasant experience. Rat feet. That genuinely, that's what it felt like. I'm not putting rat feet in here. I like the idea of it being like the cover. I like it being disembodied human feet. I don't know why that's funny and scary at the same time. I had a similar thing happen to me in dogs, but unfortunately it was rats. Oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry. that's genuine. That's awful. That's not nice at all. Digs. I did wonder. I was just like, I don't know what. I had a similar thing happen to me in dogs. I was like, I don't know why that is. I just stumbled. Through the flat. To my bedroom. Sound travels wildly through my house, so whether a sound is coming above or below is a mystery. Yeah, that was very much my old place, I think. Like it was quite a noisy building. Where we live now is really, really quiet, which kind of makes me think that maybe I'm the problem, because I make a lot of noise just because of my job. So I think it's that thing where it's like if you don't have everyone has a noisy neighbor, and if you don't have a noisy neighbor, it's you. I think that's what's happened in this place. And collapsed face first. You know, into my bed. I lay there, not sleeping. The evening storm of drinks, orders, and trays. Drinks, orders, and bills, and music. Oh, there we are. We're good. What are we doing? Drinks, orders, and bills, and clearing tables. Rattling around the inside of my eyelids. I need to remember that we need to do something with sound design with this, so I need to keep that in mind. I think we're gonna have to play this like a serious, like absolutely serious, like completely straight. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to say the feet without saying the feet. You know, I need to figure out a way of doing that. Okay. Okay. When suddenly muffled footsteps. Wet feet, wet feet. It's muffled footsteps. It's muffled feet steps. Obviously, I can't believe this is my life now. Okay. We need to figure out. I need to come up with a specific sound for what the footsteps sound like. A neighbour. Start clomping. There's a better way of phrasing this, but I rolled over, staring at the ceiling, at the unbelievable sound. Punching through it. Like, I think we're gonna need to, like, yeah. Because I'm very much just like, I don't like it in monologue audio dramas where, like, they just describe the sound you can hear. From a production perspective, it means that, oh, that's very specific sound direction. That no matter what you put there, somebody's going to go, that's not what that sounds like. And also from a listener perspective, it's just like, no, we can hear it. You don't need to describe it. Like we can hear it. You don't need to tell us. Like, so yeah, we need to just take it as granted what it sounds like. Was this a sleepwalking neighbour? There we go. We can. A midnight gourmand. Mysterious, hello, welcome to the stream. You join us as we are writing the feet. Probably scroll this down. It's good to have you here as always. We're still trying. Creative shenanigans are afoot. I think you'll find the phrases "creative shenanigans are a feat." There's two of them. Yeah, we're writing a horror, a sort of comedy. Well, we'll call it a dark comedy, let's say, or a comedy horror. I'll call this a warm-up for the Magnus Protocol episode I have to write. Oh no, I'm gonna get an email. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out the whats and the whys. When the pacing multiple. So what I'm doing here is so there's I don't know if it's like got a name. Clearly the TMA universe needs more feet. You know the one note I would always get when I was working on Stellar Firma was, Dev, can there be less feet in this episode? Like, arms get cut off but never feet. Why is that? Why is that? Writing a Korra. A homedy. I like homedy. I like that. A homedy. Right. I was still trying to figure out what the whats and the whys when the pace. So yes, sorry. So in sound design, and I don't know if this has a specific name, but this is something that somebody was telling me about at the last Scottish Podcaster meetup. But the basic idea is also just call him my character Michael and you'll be grand. Can't wait for the Magnus footer call. just sitting in the writer's room, and it's just the just the room goes quiet, and then everyone sort of turns and looks at me, and I just go, okay, hear me out. I know you've already settled on a name. And the name's great. I love the name. Magnus 2 Electric Boogaloo. I love it. I think it's a fantastic name. It's no Too Fast 2 Magnus, but I think it's good. But I think we are missing out on something. I think we are missing out on an opportunity to give the people what they want. And when I talk about what the people want, I of course mean feet. The secret 15th fear entity is feet. I'm so sad that I see, now I'm upset that I won't be able to use this story for the Magnus Protocol. Right? Don't tell anyone, but I will try and fit a reference to the feet in the episode. I'm wheezing. The problem with Magnus, not enough feet. Got to make these sound artists go through their footstep paces. Right, okay. Sorry, yes, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about sound design. I'm really warm now. Right, yes. So there's a principle in sound design that somebody told me about at the last Scottish Podcaster meetup. Where so if you listen to one person walking around, you can distinguish that it is one person walking around. If you have two people walking around, you can distinguish that there are two people walking around. I think the threshold is 3. I can't remember if there's maybe more. Sorry. But from like 3 onwards, you can't discern how many people are walking around. It just becomes this kind of cacophony of feet sounds. So I like the idea of doing this. I like the idea of doing that for this. Don't get cold feet on your idea. No, I will not back down. Got this idea all tied up. No, we did this last time. We can't. Everyone else listening to the Magnus Protocol. Ooh, so scary. Us hearing the feet hooting, hollering, cheering. Oh dear. Oh. Like, the contracts have been signed. They can't back out of this now. just waving the script and like, you asked for this. More muffled footsteps. More muffled feet steps. Brain is melting and dribbling out my nose. More muffled. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me. Energy. Honestly, I feel like that's kind of my entire vibe with Rusty Quill. It's just been like, do you have any idea what you've done? By the pacing multiplied. I was at one of the first meetings I had when we were talking about joining the Rusty Quill network. They were sitting, they were like, the thing is, Dev, the way you make podcasts doesn't really work with the traditional model of podcast advertising. I was like, thank you. And they're like, no, it's a problem. And I'm like, oh, okay. They were very nice about it, but like, yeah, it was just like, no, we mean that's bad. Okay. Okay. I've become ungovernable. Become unaddable is my motto. Someone needs to go through the Magnus archives and re-edit them to replace every footstep sound effect with just a clip of Dev saying feet. Unleash the feet cut. I love that for you. Yeah, that's... I bring a chaotic vibe to the meetings. Okay, one set of steps became 2 sets of steps. Oh, that's rhythmic. It was a rhythmic writing. And then more. Oh god, feet steps. Oops. Rejecting capitalism, one unadvertisable podcast at a time. Yes! We have nothing to lose but even more money. I just want to clarify, I really enjoy my job. I really love making audio drama. I also really enjoy being on the network. Even more muffled feet steps. Away there, under the incessant stomping. It's unable to discern how many people and also how many people and how many feet. And suddenly, see, I keep wanting to like make jokes, and I'm like, I'm not sure if we make jokes, it's not going to work. My brain was like, I lay there under the incessant stomping, unable to discern how many people and how many feet had suddenly begun a half marathon on the floor of the flat above mine. But I'm kind of like, I'm not sure if that's maybe too funny or too snarky. if I can... Walking around upstairs. Was this a sleepwalking neighbour? A pacing midnight stalker? A secret lemonade drinker? I nearly put Midnight Gourmand, which I feel like is a niche Brian David Gilbert reference. But I don't want to derail the current flow, so feel free to disregard this question. But I was wondering if you have any advice for auditioning for audio drama voice acting roles. So I remember speaking to a director who worked for BBC Audio, BBC Sounds, or BBC Studios. I can't remember which one. And their big piece of advice was to demonstrate depth and not range, which I think is really, really good advice. That's kind of the advice I give people. You know, rather than kind of going, look at all the accents I can do. It's much more useful, I think, for directors for people who are casting and directors to be able to see your acting ability rather than your ability to do voices. So, you know, one piece of narration that you're really proud of, and maybe like one scene that you were in that you really like. If you don't have those things, and you're doing readings, and clean audio is obviously the big one, and then the other side of it as well. If you can get somebody to read with you, if it's a conversation, that'll just help with your flow more than anything else. And I think the kind of big thing is to not overthink it, because I know when all you've got is a casting call, you can really get in your head about how you're sounding, but at the end of the day, you can only do you. You know, you can only be you when it comes to how your voice sounds and how you perform. So yeah, I think I feel like that's kind of all the advice I can give. That's really good to know. Good. I'm glad that's helpful. I've reached that stage where I sort of hear myself saying this advice, and I'm like, really? Is that true? And I start second guessing myself. Like I said, I'm in the sitting still makes me anxious part of not having any work, so of having some time off. So the overthinking is in overdrive. I'm definitely hitting the overthinking stage of the process. I mean, like, because the thing is that, like, if it's a series, you're going to be on that series for a very long time, so you need to do something that's comfortable and that you can do for a very long time. So it's one of the reasons why I don't put myself out there as a voice actor, is because when it comes to doing voice stuff, consistency is just not something I'm very good at, or at the very least I kind of see myself as not being very good at. Like when I was in Vast Horizon, and also now with the Bow Knight as well, I do, you know, they ask to only, you know, they say 3 takes and send it in, but I end up recording so many more because I'm spending so much time going, I spend so much time just going, oh, this doesn't sound the same, you know, like this doesn't sound the same as the previous episodes, which, you know, if it's your voice, it will sound the same. But yeah, so I find voice acting very anxious just because it doesn't fit the way I make things. Additional advice, please read and follow the audition directions. Yes, that is a big one. That alone can put you leagues ahead. Yes, I was speaking to the St Kilda team, the Secret of St Kilda team, and when they were casting for their next season, and they were talking about the amount of people who do not read the casting call, do not read the audition directions, and almost kind of willfully misinterprets what they're asking for. So even just being, even just just being not consistent, being paying attention to detail was the word I was looking for there. Just puts you in the top bracket almost straight away. I'm deep into voice feminization practice. Oh, amazing! Congratulations! And it's interesting that finding a comfortable spot for your voice and being relaxed about is similar advice I've had for that. Yes, absolutely. Like I said, you're gonna have to do that voice for a very long time, so it should sound like you. And the thing I've always said is that, you know, the world is very, very big. There is space for all accents everywhere. I had a few people being like, why is everyone in your science fiction audio drama Scottish? And I'm like, Scottish people can go to space. I lay there under the incessant stomping, unable to discern how many people and how many feet had suddenly begun walking around upstairs. This is the realization. Upstairs. Whoops. Speaking of, just because I think I'm getting sick and my voice has definitely gone into the burr zone, which is very just which annoys me. It feels very monotone. Upstairs. I then remembered that I had moved into the top floor flat. The feet. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing this, and it's gonna bother me. I'm just gonna keep writing the feats by accident. The people upstairs. The feet are in the attic space. Could it? Was I overthinking this? So true though, look at Steve Blum. He has good range, sure, but mostly he has the depth. Exactly. Like, yeah, I think they're two separate skills. And I think being able to do accents is very impressive. But you know, if it came down to somebody using like an accent that was different to what I was imagining, that the performance gripped me, as opposed to somebody who does a perfect accent but kind of does it in a way that's a bit flat. I'm gonna go with the person who made the language come to life, who made the script come to life. That's more important to me than accents, I guess. It was explained to me again for voice feminization that once you find a comfortable spot, you can use it as a starting point for experimentation and having fun with it. Yeah, I can't remember where I heard it, but there was somebody who was saying that no matter what level you're wanting to kind of change your voice, it's good to know how to change it in all directions. So then you can properly figure out where you want to be, and it can potentially end up slightly different to where you started. I'm in a very weird place with when it comes to, because it's some speech therapy is something that voice therapy is something I'm considering, but at the same time I'm very aware that I've spent a long time getting the radio voice right, you know, and I've got comfortable listening to it, so I'm very. It's a conversation I go back and forth on in my head. What? Right? Was I overthinking this? Well, was I overthinking this? Was it even real? beneath the thundering of the feet. It could easily have been. No, I don't like that. I'm just gonna take a pause here for feet. Even more muffled footsteps. Muffled footsteps continue. When I initially mentioned to Dylan from Woebegone that my American accent wasn't perfect, he said, Americans are very easily fooled by American accents. I have also been told this. Just as a general bit of advice, Scottish people are not. There are many times my partner who is Glaswegian, like born and raised, has a very, very thick Glasgow accent. Whenever anyone speaks with a Scottish accent in a show, there is usually a moment of ooh. There's a very particular Scottish accent that is used in TV and film, and it's strange when you see Scottish actors doing it, because clearly they've been told to lean into their Scottish accent, but then they'll have done that and then go, no, that's not what a Scottish accent sounds like, and then they'll have been instructed to do it a different way. That very sort of that very like wide-mouthed Scottish accent it's very nasal. It's it's a weird one. It's a very strange thing to be constantly exposed to. Right, what's happening with the feet? Where are we going with this? The amount of time someone will attempt to affect a Kiwi accent in something, but then land on the other side of the Tasman and we all cringe. American people really are not. I can't tell you how many American accents I've winced at or just laughed at. Like, it sounds like us if you squint. I feel like this is just generally true of all accent work, you know? Like, with the exception of English accents, because that was specifically designed to iron out native accents. Like, like the kind of Queen's English received pronunciation, like, you know, everyone has their own variation of that because it's like it's designed to get rid of your accent, you know. While we're on the topic, an accent I really miss is the I feel like, because I was watching some sort of older films, is the sort of mid-Atlantic accent, where you used to have like the sort of these like a generation of actors who were kids growing up in the 50s and 60s, and they were looked after by English nannies, and so they grew up with this sort of this very particular American accent that I really, really like. I can't do any accents. I refuse to, just because I can't do them. I've never been good at accents. And yeah, I just also because like my family are all English. There's a certain weight to doing accents that I just don't want any part of. The My Girl Friday snazzy reporter accent, a little bit, yeah. The kind of I think it was Robert Redford kind of is a good example, I think, or John DeLance, Q in Star Trek: The Next Generation. That's a really good example. Is it John Delancey? Yes, I think it's John Delancey. Yeah, that sounds about right. But Q in didn't Hollywood used to teach that accent deliberately? Was that the Mid-Atlantic one? Potentially, I don't know. I don't really know too much about it, but I feel like you don't hear it as much now. I feel like it's something that it's kind of evolved out of. Correct. Oh, they did do that. Oh, wow, fantastic. I mean, it's not really fantastic, but yeah. There were classes they took to learn that accent specifically for acting. Oh, wow. Okay. But yeah, love a Mid-Atlantic accent. I mean, I like most accents, to be honest. That one was left behind. Oh, sorry. There were classes they took to learn that accent specifically for accent. No, that... Okay, yeah, it does... It's, like, I understand why it's been left behind. Like, it's... You know... But yeah, it's always a treat. The Mid-Atlantic accent or transatlantic accent is a consciously learned accent of English, fashionably used, fashionably, by the late 19th century and early 20th century American upper class and entertainment industry, which blended together to features regarded as the most prestigious for both American and British English, specifically received pronunciation. All right, well there you go. Okay. It's not like... It's not like I could go upstairs and whoever they were to stop. There were no stairs. The accent was embraced in private, independent preparatory schools, especially by members of the American Northeastern upper class, as well as in schools for film and stage acting, with its overall use sharply declining after the Second World War. You know, which is, yeah, that makes sense. You do have this. There's a Canadian equivalent? Oh, wow, okay. The Canadian Dainty? Oh. The Canadian Dainty. Odd name for an accent. I rubbed my face. I was so tired. Sleep. I rolled out of bed and walked through to the kitchen. The Canadian Dainty faded in prominence following World War II and it became stigmatized as pretentious. I love it when something gets stigmatized as pretentious. That's great. It's just like, oh, we're not. It's not cool anymore. Rolled out of bed in the kitchen. Right, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put some. So I'll type this and I'll tell you why I'm telling you this story. So, I have 2 recordings of a kettle boiling in my sound library. Both of them I recorded. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can find this for you now. Because it's a weird thing to look at more than anything else. But I've got 2 recordings. I made them specifically for Middle Below. Because Yeah, I recorded them specifically for Middle Below. There's an episode of Middle Below where I think it's episode 3, Taylor goes off, boils the kettle. And the joke I was telling people at the time was like, Middle Below is the only podcast where you can listen to a kettle boil in real time, because basically I timed the whole scene so that it took place over the whole point of this kettle boiling and I didn't chop it down at all. Because I'm a dork, apparently. But I had to use the sound in an episode of Folklore recently, and I went to get it. But the strange thing is, right, so I've got these 2 recordings. So you've got kettle, but you've also got kettle from a distance. Why did I think I would ever need these 2? What is the difference? Other than obviously distance, what is the material difference in sound quality between kettle and kettle from a distance? Why did I do that? Anyway. I was clearly... Incidentally, I recorded that when I lived on my own. Maybe that's the explanation. There was... Kettle brackets off mic. Right? Like, what? When would you ever need the... Kettle and evil... Well, see, kettle and evil kettle, that would make sense. Because if you've got good kettle and evil kettle, presumably they sound different. I don't know how they would sound different, but I'm assuming maybe evil kettle is a bit more than good kettle. I don't know. Whereas good kettle is a bit more... I don't know. But I'm disappointed in myself that I just did that. But just kettle and kettle brackets slightly further away. You know, at what distance does it become noticeable? Has the music stopped? It has! There we go. Okay. Right, I like how everyone is now auditioning Evil Kettle. Evil Kettle is the stovetop one that screams. I do have a recording of that as well. Good Kettle is the electric jug that goes ding. What? Give it a little more personality. There we go! I have a recording of I do have a recording of a kettle that whistles. It was during a film. I think it was an ad shoot, and I had a bit of time to record the sound. Basically, I got so like. Basically, I had the microphone, but I wasn't looking directly at it while I was recording, and I had a shotgun microphone with a cover on it, you know, the kind of furry sort of hamster-looking thing, and basically I was holding it, listening to it, going, "Oh wow, this sounds really good," and I just heard this sort of very, very strange kind of crinkling sound. I'm like, "Ooh, what is that? Is that just some frequency you don't normally hear when you're yes, the dead cat. I didn't want to call it the dead cat, but yes, it's called a dead cat. A rycote, I think, is the technical name for them. But yes, I'm listening to this kettle whistle. There's also this kind of sound. I'm like, what on earth is that? And it's at this point, the director comes over, grabs me and goes, "Dev, your mic is on fire." Because the dead cat had basically got slightly too close to the gas hob and had started to melt. So basically I had to quickly go, okay, that was really, really silly. So I do still have that recording. Have you never had an electric jug that goes ding? I live in the UK where everyone has kettles. I don't... Evil Kettle is my old kettle that had a 50-50 chance of bursting open and spraying you with scalding water. Yeah, that's pretty evil. Whoops, so incredible. Yep, that wasn't a proud moment for me, because also as well, it was a team that I hadn't really worked with before, and also it was a very well-paid shoot as well. So I was like, I need to make a very good impression, and then I nearly set the mic on fire. Wasn't my proudest moment. To try and... Electric kettle that goes ding. Electric kettle that goes ding. They just switch off themselves. Oh yeah. I mean, the one I have it switches itself off, but it doesn't go ding. It clicks. So I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe I've only ever had subpar kettles for my entire life. Yeah, just it's an electric kettle. It boils, and then it's got the very satisfying click sound when it boils, as it switches itself off. No, that's the correct usage. Shushed. Sorry, I'm yelling at Google. Why is music not working? There we go. Okay. Boo, boring. Get you one with a little bell inside that dings when it clicks off. You get one with a little bell in it? That's... Ooh. My kettle has different temperature settings because I'm a fancy gal who likes fancy teas. I have been tempted. See, the thing is that the kettle that me and my partner currently have, I think we got it when we first moved in. So this is before this is when we were still kind of in our hospitality jobs and things. So we're at the stage in our lives where we could afford a nice kettle that had different temperature settings. But I mean that would be really good. I'd probably drink more infusions and like herbal teas if we could have temperature settings. Maybe that's the next big purchase. Put it on the list. It goes synthesizers, new kettle. Those are the only two things on the list. It's that meme of the two buttons where one says new synthesizer and the other one says new kettle, and I'm sweating. Okay. With all that Magnus Futtercall money. Yeah, I'm gonna demand royalties for the foot idea, for the feet idea. Yeah, sure, I didn't invent feet, but I was the first person to copyright them. Feet TM. Magnus Futtercall. A combination synth kettle. Yes, that's what we need. So get it, rather than having a little bell, it's a synthesizer and it plays a little synth melody. Trademarks. Yes. Oh, that hurts. Well done. Excellent work. Excellent work. Oh goodness. I love the idea of temperature settings, but the amount of time I forget that I have either boiled the kettle, poured the tea and forgotten, or just forgotten about the whole thing. Yes, I also do that. I've been known to reboil a kettle like a minute after I've just boiled it. Me dive tackling someone down to the ground before they can pour the boiling water out and yelling, "No, it's green tea, you'll blanch the leaves and make it bitter," right? See, this is the thing, I've got quite a few loose leaf teas because I used to work in a tea place. It'd be nice to have something a bit more controlled. I've got tea strainers. I've got a proper tea set that I never use. Thank you. You'll all be stuck with me forever. That's also true of me as well. Also, they make electric coasters to keep your mug warm. My mum actually got me one of those for Christmas. I think it was so this is a little bit of a story. So my parents are really weird when it comes to gifts, right? So they sort of they sort of get odd presents, and I love them very dearly, but they sort of react in very strange ways to news when it comes to prison. So I said to my mum, "Oh, I'm going freelance full time next year," because this was December. I'm going freelance full time. I've got enough money. I've got enough job. I've got enough work coming in that I can quit my job in the cinema and I can work full time. And my mum goes, "Oh, that's great. That's fantastic news." And then that Christmas, as like a small gift, I get one of these electric coasters that keeps your mug warm. I went, "Oh, thank you very much." And my mum said, "Well, it was just when you said you were going freelance full time, I figured you're probably going to be spending a long time at your desk, so I thought this might be useful." Which, she's not wrong. She's not wrong, but at the same time, like, that's an odd first thought, I think. But anyway, yeah, it's lots of things. So I did have one of these, but it wasn't a very good one. Like it definitely like heated up. It was USB powered, which I suspect was probably the big problem. Yeah, I had it for a bit, but it didn't really keep mugs warm. It just kept the bottom of the mug warm. Maybe I was using the wrong kind of mug. I don't know. The second gift was a physiotherapist annual subscription. Yeah, it was a gym membership, a new chair. One of my friends who was formerly full-time freelancer had something like that too. Like I don't doubt their usefulness, but the thing is that like I'm genuinely right next door to the kitchen. Like, I go out the door and the kitchen's right there. I live in a small flat, like, and also, if I need to go and make more hot drinks, it means I actually get up off my desk and I move a little bit, which I'd argue is better for me than having my drinks remain hot, See physiotherapist annual subscription. I have not barely written anything. And it's an hour 20. It's just, oh. Maybe I had imagined the whole thing. I think hers ran with the whole mug warming itself, not just a coaster. You see, I think that's interesting. Like that was the thing. Another present was like a mug that stirs itself. Just like it was, and also it was Harry Potter themed as well. I've never been a fan of Harry Potter. I don't understand. Anyway, one time my cousins gave me a novelty electric pencil sharpener that was shaped like a cat. Guess where the pencil goes? I can make a reasonable guess. You have a door to your kitchen, lardy-da. No, I'm removing the door because it's now seen as pretentious to have a door in your kitchen. My point was the kitchen's nearby. It wasn't the fact that I wasn't bragging about the fact I have a door on the kitchen. I ended up swapping the Harry Potter cauldron for a Star Trek mug that my sister got. My sister, who has never been a fan of Star Trek. I suspect the gifts maybe got a bit mixed up. Maybe this was a sign that. Maybe this was a sign that. That wasn't. Dev with the Magnus Protocol money having a whole kitchen door. Yeah, just bringing in the big bucks now. The three things were synthesizer, kettle that goes ding, and fancy kettle that has temperature control, and kitchen door. Those are the three things. That's 3 things on the list. the markers of wealth in the podcasting community. in the UK podcasting community, there's the three things. I mean, we have a kitchen door. We have no ventilation, so we might as well not have one. Wasn't it there? And didn't involve. It didn't involve people. But then, I feel like we are getting. I feel like a theme is emerging. That is kind of sort of naturally emerging. That was the thing we were talking about. Yes, this is still a writing stream, by the way. It's it's not just me talking about kitchens and kettles and the Magnus Futicle. I run an audio drama blog. I wonder if I could introduce Magnus Futicle into the common parlance of the fandom. I mean, it would be very impressive if you did. I'm not really sure. I feel like I will try, because basically we're being given a list of topics to write about, basically, because they're cowards and they won't let me write about feet. So I will specifically make a choice based on how many feet references I can get in there. But then we're gonna have muffled feet stompings. The feet followed me. Oh yeah, the kettle continues. Oops. Oh, we can have the kettle whistling. There we go. We can use the kettle. We can use the whistling kettle sound effects. Felt more pointed. Violent and malicious. I forgot about my tea and ran back to the bedroom. Oops. The feet followed me. Sat on the bed, starting to panic. Runes redeemed. Hydrate or dihydrate. Thank you. Please remember to drink water. Yeah, I changed the hydration check to hydrate or dihydrate because I thought that was funnier. I will. I still haven't got any more jelly beans, which is why jelly bean break is not on there. I will. Basically, I need. There was one specific shop near where I live where I can get the big jar of jelly beans. I just haven't had a chance to go there. Haven't had the chance to go there in a while. So I will try and do it this week. Because it's very important that I have access to jelly beans. Right, I sat on the bed, starting to panic. What do they want? I think we could. We could absolutely hide the foot stomping sound from We Will Rock You in here. And I think I'm gonna do that. just to give the stomping that extra oomph, you know? Buddy, you're a boy, you're a big, big boy. I was in a I was in a network meeting last week with Rusty Grill, and the the person I was talking to, the first thing they said was, I noticed you've become very famous on TikTok. It's had something like, what, 2.5 million views now, and on 2.5 million views on TikTok, and it took me 10 minutes to make. The tower has taken me accumulated, what, 3 years? About 400,000 downloads. It's infuriating. I've had people contact me who I went to university with, being like, oh, it makes me really happy that this is what you're doing now. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm doing now. I'm doing something, I'm doing other things. This is not what I do. I've seen that TikTok wind up on my Tumblr like 3 different times. People keep sending it to me, being like, oh, it's on Tumblr again. I'm very happy that people really like it. It makes me very happy that that people have got so much out of it. Out of my Queen posting. Freddy posting? I like Freddy posting. I think that's probably what I'm gonna my Freddy posting. Ugh. Speaking of, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I do have a Freddie Mercury poster on the back wall now, which makes me very happy. Freddie Meme Curie. Very good. Very, very good. Glime, hello. It is good to see you. Welcome to the stream. I did about 3 hours of coursework with it going around on my head on loop. Didn't Freddie Meme Curie discover the half-life of jokes? I'm sorry, what? Is that a reference to something, or is there an actual person called Freddie Meme Curie? Searching for my headphones. Oh, so over ear is not one word. Joke on the Curies. Ah. No, that's very good. Sorry. That's a very good joke. Just brain just didn't quite make the leap there. Marie Meme Curie. Yes, I'm gonna have these feet stompings get like louder and louder and louder and louder and louder. The best jokes are the ones you have to explain. Fine. Look, that's on me for not getting it. That's on me and not you. It was a very good joke. It was much appreciated. And I like physics jokes. Big over. Right. So I went. So basically, fella goes out into the hall. I went out into the hall, grabbed my bag, searching for my headphones. The big over-ear headphones for drowning out. That's on meme. Oh god. I like how these, as much as these are writing streams, they are about like as much about joking around. They are like joke pun streams as well, unofficial joke pun streams. I like that. That makes me happy. That's on meme. The big over-ear headphones are drowning out the cacophony of. Oh, the cacophony of the night bus. Oh. Oh, the raging sea of. Orders and. Of on the other side of the break room door. Okay, so I'm really happy that this is actually that it is actually kind of going somewhere. That it is. It's kind of become about workplace anxiety, a little bit. Which, you know, when I was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar, I ended up getting to quite badly. It was not fun. This feet story. The feet have grown legs, everybody. This feet story may have some legs. Even just me saying it's going somewhere is. It's got soul. No, we can't keep doing. Okay. Yes. Right. I'm back into bed. We could put a through line here. We could have them listen to the shipping forecast, like on the big headphones. Because I like it. Because it was going to be music, but I'm not really sure what that music would be. It'd be "We Will Rock You," obviously. And they instantly panic because they hear the stomping and they're like, ah! Headphones over my ears. It's the Dungeon Economic Model soundtrack. That's the thing. It could be a podcast. That's like there was gonna be a joke in. Oh, was it? I think it was maybe. I think it was in Middle Below season 2, where like the first episode, Heather comes to visit Taylor, and Taylor's listening to the Dungeon Economic Model, which I'm glad we didn't do, because that's terrible. The Dungeon Economic Model soundtrack is not a bad shout, because it's got some quite chill stuff in it. So the headbands come off. Ugh. Big cow. This episode is sponsored by Big Cows. I think Cameron wanted to make like a Milk of the Big Cow t-shirt, like an ad for it. And of course, miniature version. I really like. I love the Dungeon Economic Model and the music and all the silly things that's attached to it. And we are gonna make more, but it's just Cameron is currently in the middle of moving back up to Glasgow, which is very exciting. But at the same time, like it's upending a life that like they'd very much settled down where they were. So they're just in the middle of a big move and changing jobs, and they work as a town planner, so they have a very serious job. But we have some of season 2 written, and it's very exciting, and I'm excited to make more very silly music. Is that strange? It's the show that I think has the kind of smallest listenership out of kind of our big shows, but it's the one people message me about all the time. It's very funny. Like a lot of messages I get through the website are about the Dungeon Economic Model specifically, which is really fun. So, small but dedicated listenership. Okay, I'm gonna put in square brackets here. Add. Add bit about what they're listening to. Okay. Big noise cancelling over-ear headphones. Did I spell that wrong? It's always a very strange sound direction to write, but sound. Leaving only headphone audio. And the complete in the soft void, in a soft void, in the comfort of See, how much have we written? Because that was, how many words was this? Tools, word count. $493. Okay. What do we got here so far? 364. Okay, so we could end it. We could draw it to a close here. We could start drawing this to a close. We could make this the sort of concluding turn here, right? Where the character realizes that they're stressed, that they're tense. And as much as it's due to the feat, it's also due to the fact that they work this job that is stressing them out. And they sort of resolve in that moment to make a change. And then the next day they quit their job, and then the feat don't bother them anymore. So it's like a happy ending. I think that works. I think we can start doing that. I think we're comfortable doing this, because we have had... It's very short. We could put our foot down here. Yeah, because like we're because there's a lot of movement in this as well. There's a lot of walking around. There's a lot of pacing. There's it's much quicker than How to Swim. But How to Swim ended up being a lot longer than expected. So I do think this is going to work. I do think it'll work on its own. Yeah, I think we do that. That's the part. And also, I'm very aware that we're kind of coming up to 10 o'clock, and also I can feel myself starting to wave a little. Ah, oh, I'm out of tea. Oh. Okay. Okay, no, not voices with calm. Okay. Comfort of the dark, with calm, familiar sounds in my ears. Gently encouraging me to unclench. My arms, my legs, my chest. I'd already been tense. I'd already been tense before the feat. And it took a while before my body would let itself be coaxed out of the safety and it took a while before my body would let itself be coaxed out of the safety of its panic. felt myself breathe. Slowly. Slower and... gradually slowing. I felt like I was floating. It's floating in a... There's lots of water references. Like it's a little bit of a hangover from the last episode. I'm floating in a gentle sea. Gentle sea of sheets. I don't remember falling asleep. Or taking my headphones off. Or maybe each audio drama could reference the last one somehow. Well, you see, that's kind of what I thought about. Maybe they're listening to the shipping forecast. So then it kind of leans over from the last one. Potentially. They could also be listening to the start of How to Swim. That's another potential one. I like the idea of I kind of want to do the do some really big ambient meditation music over the end. Adception. See, this is I'm going to invent my own podcast ad model. You've put the physical podcast in the podcast episode somehow. It's like product placement, but for podcasts. It's good. I call it the foot model of podcast advertising. It's called getting your feet in the door of podcast advertising. Oh, I hate myself. What have I become? I nearly wrote moved on from the sub-story, but then I remembered the chat and thought better of it. Yes, I'm a podcaster. Yes, I model feet. Look, the best... What is it? Where's the line? I was like the best business people make money while they're asleep. What they don't tell you is that the best people make money when they're asleep with feet. Or something like that. I don't know. Taking my headphones off. Also, I keep getting a little message from OBS saying that the encoder is overloaded. Clearly, we just have too much chat tonight. Too much good chat. It's overloading OBS. Woke up to a bare bed. That's weird. I'm absolutely certain a live stream of someone's bare sleeping feet would have an audience. Yeah, there was a deliberate reason I didn't put the feet in the title, like the phrase of the feet in the title of this stream. I'd be curious to see how many views it gets on YouTube. Or even how many listens it's gonna get. I will be looking this book up between now and the stream to see if there's any there won't be anything in it, but just if there's anything fun to talk about when we do the editing stream. I have a feeling Twitch terms of service might object. Yeah, but here's the thing, TikTok wouldn't like all sorts of weird live stuff on TikTok. What was the day off? I went to the park. I sat by the edge of a pond and watched ducks. This is something I actually used to do on my days off. So I used to live near a park in the south side of Glasgow, and there was a duck pond, and I would basically I was like a 23, 24-year-old who would go to the park and look and watch ducks. along with the old men. Everybody looking tired and haggard, but for different reasons. And watch the ducks. The ducks, incidentally, will be if someone was to ask me to describe my feet, I would have to say short but wide, as that is the truth. If anyone asks you to describe your feet, don't. Leave the conversation. Remove yourself from that situation. You do not want that. They do not, like, nobody asks that in good faith, okay? If anyone asks me to describe my feet, I would say no. I am a person on the internet. No, nobody gets that. The last bastion of privacy. At this point, I would just be glad of the attention. No, don't do that. I mean, honestly, I could save it for the OnlyFans. There you go. Like, not for free. If you're good at something, never do it for free. Stayed there for a very long time. Isn't there also like a Wikipedia of famous people's feet? Yes, there is. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, basically you can, if there's ever an instance where, and like it's weird that, like, you know, there's like a lot of YouTubers' feet on it, which I think is, it's all of it's profoundly weird. But yeah, you can specifically look up pictures of different celebrities' feet. Personally, wiki feet. So yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But thing is that those pictures are uploaded without permission or consent. It's weird. Dev, how much to slide the word girthy into a Magnus Footicall episode? I mean, first of all, the word girthy is just a good word, you know. Girthy. It's a good word. I will try. I'm gonna get so many emails. Feet is fine, but feet without consent is creepy. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at as well. Like, yeah. It's weird that that's now a thing people have to think about. I think that's the thing that bothers me. It's something you have to consider if you're going to be a person in the public eye. Which is weird. The feet did not return that night. The next day, I quit my job. The feet did not return. There we go. I think that is us. I think that might be our script. How many words is that? Not that that particularly matters, but 586. So that's technically more words than how to swim, which is great. I have to head off to Martin's stream and pretend to mod. Thanks for the stream. Amazing. Well, what's Martin's channel? Because I think we can maybe raid that once we're done. Because I think I'm about to wrap up. I didn't know Martin streamed. I feel like that's something I probably should have known. Ask Martin. Amazing. Well, we can all head over there once we're done here. Yeah, technically the feet is longer than how to swim. You will love that. Amazing. I will send us all over there once we're done here. But thanks very much for coming along, Bonsai Jam. We'll hopefully see you over there soon. I know the comedian Bethany Black is upset at the photo they stole for her entry, partly for the lack of consent, but mostly because it's one she took to show recent injury roller skating, so they kept getting rated as algo. Oh no! Oh. These are some long feet. It's quite the writing feat, I think. Okay. I'm going to give it a quick read, and then then we can hop over to Martin's stream. We're not calling it Feet Raid. I'm vetoing that straight away. Okay. The feet. So this is the feet. I'd only been in the flat a few weeks. It was a lovely feat, thank you. Veto the veto. Stream was a lovely... No, first I'm gonna read this and then I'm gonna send us over. Okay. I'd only been in the flat a few weeks when I first heard the feet. It was 9-time feet, and I just returned home from work. I dropped my bag and jacket on the floor in the hall. I didn't even turn the light on. I just stumbled through the flat, through to my room and collapsed face first onto my bed. I lay there, not sleeping, the evening storm of drinks orders and bills and clearing tables rattling around the inside of my eyelids, when, suddenly, the feet. I rolled over, staring at the ceiling, at the unbelievable sound punching through it. Was this a sleepwalking neighbour? A pacing midnight snacker? I was still trying to figure out the whats and the whys when the pacing multiplied. One set of steps became two sets of steps and then more. I lay there, under the incessant stomping, unable to discern how many people and how many feet had suddenly begun walking around upstairs. Upstairs. I then remembered that this was a top-floor flat. The people upstairs, the feet were in the attic space. Was I overthinking this? Was this even real? I lay in bed beneath the thundering of the feet. It's not like I could go upstairs and ask them, whoever they were, to stop. There were no stairs. I rubbed my face. I was so tired. I just wanted to sleep. I rolled out of bed and walked through to the kitchen. There was quiet as I made myself some tea to try and calm myself down. Maybe I had imagined the whole thing. Maybe this was a sign that I needed to find a new job that wasn't evenings and wasn't in a bar, but then... Feet. The feet followed me. The stomping felt more pointed, violent, malicious. I forgot about my tea and ran back to the bedroom. The feet followed me. I sat on the bed. Oh, okay, good, record it. I sat on the bed, starting to panic. This couldn't be real, could it? What did they want? Why were they doing this? I went out into the hall and grabbed my bag, searching for my headphones, the big, noise-cancelling over-ear headphones for drowning out the cacophony of the night bus or the raging sea of a weekend crowd on the other side of the break room door. I dived back into bed, pulled the duvet over my head, the headphones over my ears, and disappeared into the darkness. And then there'll be a bit about what we're listening to once I just figure out what that is. All the sounds fade out. I lay there, in the comfort of the dark, with calm, familiar sounds in my ears, gently encouraging me to unclench my jaw, my arms, my legs, my chest. I had already been tense before the feet, and it took a while before my body would let itself be coaxed out of the safety of its panic. I felt myself breathe, gradually slowing. I felt like I was floating in a gentle sea of sheets. I don't remember falling asleep, or taking my headphones off, or kicking the blankets off, but I slept. The next day was a day off. I went to the park. I sat by the edge of a pond and watched the ducks. The feet did not return that night. I slept well. The next day, I quit my job. The feet did not return. Ah, amazing. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. Okay, great. Shall we head on over to Martin's stream? Let's put that in. Let me remember how to do that. Raid and then happy ending. Exactly. It's an optimistic ending, I think. I like the idea of a happy ending. Amazing. Right. Well, we'll be back on. I'll be back on Wednesday to turn this into an audio drama. There'll be lots of sound effects to play around with. Lots of fun things in the sound library to play around with for this one. But thank you so much for coming along. This has been an absolutely great time. I was feeling a bit kind of blah before the stream, but this has been really lovely. I've had a really, really good time. I hope it's been fun. I hope it's been enjoyable. I hope it's not been too loud. But yeah, we're going to head on over to Ask Martin's channel. So I believe I just hit raid and then we do the thing. What did we call this the last time? I think we called it a big cow raid. I think that's what we'll do. We'll call it a big cow raid. So head on over to Martin's. Thanks for the stream as always. This morning was very good vibes. Yeah, I love these raiding streams. They're so much fun. I'm really enjoying doing them, and then coupling them with Wednesdays is good fun as well. So thank you very much for coming. I will see you all on Wednesday, hopefully. We're going to head on over to Martin's raid, so hop on in, and then we'll head over in a couple of seconds. So in about 5 seconds, we'll head on over. Great, so thank you very much for coming along tonight, and I'll hopefully see you later. Take care now. Bye.
Ginny!
Buddy, you're a boy, you're a big boy, you're a big boy, got mud on your face. Big boy.
I love that guy. Hey,
yeah.
thanks for the raid.
Yeah, if they're about, here's our big boy. Yeah.
He is about. Thanks for the song. I love this song.
It's so good.
He's also a podcaster.
Also, he makes podcast.
But he knows him as a big boy guy because you've
Yeah.
listened to that song
Let's stick to what's
for
relevant
so
and interesting
long.
about this person.
Oh yeah, but yeah, there's some podcasts that he does on the side as well.
Razmi, that's a cool name.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome. Yes, we're playing Pokemon.
We're Pokemon Nuzlocke.
Oh yeah, and we named Big Boy after him. Yeah.
It was. No. This was a zeitgeist moment. These two things happened independently of one another.
That's true. I was the one who named Big Boy. I wasn't thinking of that, but you know what?
No,
Big Boy is a good one.
Yeah, because everyone in the podcasting sphere is all connected to this hive intelligence that because we all know what we're doing.
Yes, definitely.
100%.
100%.
Absolutely.
I read an article about that.
Did you?
Yes.
And it was
Emily somehow. Yeah,
and
that's
it was
the
true.
ones
Yeah.
nice guys. Aren't they pretty? The clothes that they make. So the lady who made this shirt, like, she actually makes them at the shop, handmade. We didn't manage to meet her because